The benefits of the thermal, the opportunities that presents, and the benefits that they give us are amazing, and as far as I know, we will never reach the end of what they will give us. And so by that I mean, in our company as an example, we kid ourselves about being thermally enlightened, because we look at the utility model of today that throws away 75% of their energy in thermal waste, primarily one form or another, and delivers 25% to the customer. And so we are always trying, whenever a customer visits us, to demonstrate, or anybody, customer or not, to demonstrate to them the opportunity in not throwing away all that energy like the utility does, which is called thermal awareness or thermal utilization, or in our case, we like to say thermally enlightened. And so with that, and how we became so admiring or reached the level of admiration that we have for it, is that we began this process. We got involved with combined heat and power as a way to air condition our injection molding plant. So can you imagine, and to describe that task, it's a 9,000 square foot room, has 25 injection molding machines in it. And the machines run 24 hours a day at 350 to 550 degrees. So when I go to speak with groups, or if I have school kids here, I say, imagine taking a gymnasium, they're typically 9 to 10,000 square feet, put 25 industrial pizza ovens in the gymnasium, turn them all on high, and now your job is to air condition the gymnasium. It can be done, but the first thought that should come to your mind is it's going to require an enormous amount of energy to overcome just the ambient. Well, that's what our challenge was. How do we air condition a sweatshop? Because that's where the term comes from, is companies like us that have these heat generating pieces of equipment that people have to operate. So we learned over the pursuit of combined heat and power and the introduction to the concept of absorption chilling, how to do that, how to use waste heat. I don't think of it. We always criticize that word because it's only waste if you're foolish enough to waste it. It's thermal opportunity if you're smart enough to use it. So we began to learn how to take this thermal opportunity and create the solution that we needed to air condition our sweatshop, to get rid of that without breaking the bank. Anyone can do it by putting in enough air conditions and enough electricity or whatever you run your air conditioner on, but you break the bank. You can't afford to pay that utility bill to do that and still be competitive in the manufacturing world. So what we did is develop a way to give our employees the comfort of an air-conditioned facility and not increase our cost of doing business at all, because the small amount of horsepower, literally a few horsepower, to cycle the water through the system. So we use our waste heat? I don't think so. We use our thermal opportunity to create 44 to 47 degree cold water that we air condition in an injection molding plant. On top of that, we make it 4 times harder. And the reason why is because we vent every one of our injection molding machines to the outside, which nobody else in this area at least does. We got the idea from Europe, but in Europe they have different sets of values and ideas and all of that and regulations. And so the reason nobody does it here, or almost nobody does, is because you change the air over in your facility however many times you pump the air. And in our case, we turn our air over 4 times more than the building was designed for. So if we're pulling that cold air out or that hot air out, depending on whether we're trying to air condition or heat, by pulling out 4 times as much as normal, we're making the job 4 times harder. So now it becomes a gymnasium with 100 pizza ovens in it running 24/7. And we do that with almost no additional cost to our company for energy.